Fermented foods are the best form of probiotics. That's the statement. Here's my response. Not true. I will explain why it's not true. I'm not saying they're not good for you. I'm not saying they're not amazing. I'm not saying they don't confer health benefits. Fermented foods, look, live probiotics. On the front, it says that, right? So you got kombucha, we've got kimchi, we got sauerkraut's popular, and a lot of people are gonna say, I make my own sauerkraut. This is good, but it's not a probiotic. I will explain. Next statement. Our ancestors never got probiotics. They never ate probiotics. They never got probiotics. Why do I need probiotics? Here's my response. Not true. Once again, they didn't get probiotics in the form of a bottle, but they absolutely got probiotics. They got probiotics from their environment. They got probiotics from the foods they ate. They were out churning dirt, messing around in the forest. They were climbing rocks and they were touching trees, and they just weren't sanitizing everything. So they absolutely got probiotics from their environment, and they got it every time they were eating and they weren't washing their hands. We are ultra sanitized now. We live in homes. We clean everything. We use Dawn dish soap for everything, right? We use bars of soap for everything. We're cleaning everything. So with that, which is good, we're also not getting the good organisms. But to say that our ancestors never got probiotics, that's not true at all. They absolutely did. Last, obviously this is an ad. A lot of people go, you're just trying to sell something. Obviously, if you see a commercial in between whatever show you're watching or whatever you're scrolling through and you see an ad, obviously the person is trying to sell something. Ad message does not equal lying. They're not equivalent. So do some companies that try to sell products not tell the truth? Sure. But if somebody gets on and goes, hey, I have an amazing ball cap, people really like it, it's a great ball cap, can that also be an ad and true at the same time? Sure. So my name is Phil, I'm with Silver Fern Brand, super blunt, super direct. If you like messages from super hot, pretty people that aren't wearing very many clothes, it's not me. I just like facts and data and science. And right now we're talking probiotics. So let's cover what people throw out. In 2021, a study was done by Stanford on diet high in fermented foods. That study specifically said that diet high in fermented foods equals increased microbial diversity and reduced inflammation. That's what it said. Here's the problem. That does not mean that you are consuming live strains of bacteria that are surviving digestion, colonizing in the digestive system, and conferring benefits to the host. So a prebiotic, targeted prebiotic, sensitive gut fiber, fruits, vegetables, all those also increase microbial diversity and also are going to help with promote healthy inflammatory responses, which is how I say it with products, okay? That does not mean it survived. That does not mean that it was significant. What that study says is that yes, a diet high in fermented foods is good for you. That's all that is saying, okay? So let me give you equivalent. Fruits and vegetables are a really good way to increase microbial diversity. You can go, by the way, you don't have to trust anything that I'm saying. You can go research this. Will increase microbial diversity, and a diet rich in fruits and vegetables will also reduce inflammation. So I would say that's a base level healthy product category. This is above that. So this is going to be more effective and provide more microbial nourishment, fuel, prebiotic effects, whatever to the microbiome than fruits and vegetables. So is it good to take on a daily basis? It absolutely is. It's good. It's just not a probiotic. And it's not even, so this and this, I have clinical research studies for specific amounts of inflammatory reduction that is significantly better than what you're getting from that 2021 Stanford study. It has increased, just take this one, just the apple phenon. 90 days, 700% increase in akkermansia. Is this going to do that? No. What about this? Not that I'm aware of. There's no studies on it, okay? These are prebiotics, right? So once again, they're good, they're just not probiotics. It's not bad. I'm not telling anybody not to eat their kimchi, not to take apple cider vinegar, that's not what I'm saying. But if you want to take a probiotic, the first requirement should be it needs to survive. And I would argue it needs to survive naturally without like technology and gimmicks and stuff. That being said, it needs to survive. Whatever you're taking, it needs to survive digestion. By the way, and this will go counter what I'm saying a little bit, but if a probiotic, a live bacteria in this, dies through digestion because bile salts and stomach acid are literally going to kill the majority of anything live in these products. They just are. But dead bacteria also confer a benefit. It's called a postbiotic. So it's not bad, it's just not a probiotic. And what you're really trying to do is do a significant modulation of the microbiome and the gut barrier. They're not all equal is what I'm saying, okay? So what I'm trying to say is the first thing a probiotic should do is it needs to survive. It needs to survive. That's by definition what a probiotic is. It survives digestion to get into the gut to confer a benefit to you. Most of them colonize, not all of them. And to say that all probiotics are bacteria is also not true. Aspergillosis is a fungi. It's a type of fungi, a yeast that is beneficial to the user, right? Right. It's just beneficial organisms a person consumes that offers benefits to you and it survives. And then what you're really looking at is the measurable improvements, okay? So for us, when we look at probiotics, we didn't choose a Lactobacillus bifidobacterium probiotic set. We didn't do that. It's not to say that those are bad or anything like that. We wanted something that, one, naturally survived digestion. Bacillus, oh, by the way, and these also survive in the presence of antibiotics, okay? And by the way, don't trust me at all, actually. Go do your research. Type in Bacillus subtilis, which is one of the strains. Just type into your Google search. Does it survive digestion? Does it survive in the presence of antibiotics? Or go to your AI engine and ask the same thing, right? So these strains naturally survive. So you're going to have survivability. They're going to get into the gut. They're going to have significant improvements in the microbial diversity, significant. So there's a difference between a little, which was the study results off of fermented foods, good, but not like modulation change benefits, right? Like these are great for maintenance of a healthy gut. These are really good for healthy daytime foods to nourish your gut. Good for that, yes. But is it going to significantly modulate your microbiome? No. So naturally survives, naturally improves the microbiome. It will drive out bad bacteria types and I'm going to say invaders in the gut you don't want. Just the bacillus strains in here alone. So the 3 bacillus strains, there is a study that shows the 3 Bacillus coagulans, Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus clausii together had over a 40%, or I think I'm supposed to say it, up to a 40% improvement in gut barrier improvement, like leaky gut issues over 30 days with no changes in diet. Obviously, you should be eating healthy, okay? So if you're trying to take a probiotic for the purpose of a probiotic for significant improvements in the gut barrier, this is what I would argue to be a healthy option. Unlike standard Lactobacillus bifidobacterium that are taking specific strains and reseeding the gut with those, which can be fine, and they do confer benefits. This is what I'd call a gut management probiotic. So it's going to manage balance. It is going to increase wide range diversity. If you're really excited about Lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, which is super good, you should be, the Bacillus coagulans in this, for example, has been shown to significantly improve the broad range of Lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. So multiple species, not a few select species. My argument is, if you're going to take a probiotic, consider the ultimate probiotic. It's science-based, it survives, and it hits all the marks of an effective probiotic. Sorry for all the information, I'm just detailed. You're welcome, bye.